If that photograph is revealed, everything will be destroyed.
She must not win. She must never expose me.
Tell your king. I fear nothing.
It was in the spring of 1888 when I, Dr. John Watson, found myself once again visiting my old friend, Mr. Sherlock Holmes, at his rooms in Baker Street. Since my marriage, I had seen little of Holmes, yet whenever I did return, I was reminded of his extraordinary powers of observation. On this particular evening, Holmes was in high spirits. A visitor had come to see him earlier, a most unusual visitor. The Masked King. A tall man of powerful build had arrived, wearing a mask to conceal his face. He claimed to be a nobleman from Bohemia. His manner was authoritative, yet anxious. Holmes calmly removed the mystery at once. "You are, in fact, the King of Bohemia," Holmes said coolly. The man removed his mask in astonishment. Holmes was correct. The king explained his problem. Years earlier, before ascending the throne, he had formed a close relationship with a woman named Irene Adler, a singer of remarkable intelligence and beauty. The king was now engaged to marry a Scandinavian princess. However, Irene possessed a photograph of herself and the king together, proof of their former intimacy. If that photograph were revealed, it would cause scandal and possibly ruin the marriage alliance. Holmes was asked to recover it. Irene Adler. Irene Adler was no ordinary woman. Holmes quickly learned she lived at Briony Lodge and maintained a quiet, respectable lifestyle. Holmes began his investigation in disguise, posing as a stable hand to gather information from the neighborhood. He learned that Irene had many admirers, but was frequently visited by a lawyer named Godfrey Norton. One afternoon, events took an unexpected turn. Holmes witnessed Irene and Norton rush to a church. Curious, Holmes followed, only to be unexpectedly called upon as a witness to their sudden wedding. Irene Adler was now Mrs. Norton. This development increased the urgency. If married, she might take the photograph away at any time. Holmes' clever plan. Holmes devised a strategy to discover the photograph's hiding place. That evening, disguised as a clergyman, Holmes arranged for a staged street disturbance outside Irene's home. During the confusion, Holmes pretended to be injured while protecting her. Grateful, Irene insisted he be brought inside. At Holmes' signal, a confederate outside shouted, "Fire!" and a smoke rocket was thrown into the room. Believing her house to be ablaze, Irene instinctively rushed to retrieve her most precious possession, the photograph, from a concealed panel in the wall. Holmes observed the hiding place. The fire was false, of course. Holmes soon departed, satisfied that the photograph's location was discovered. An unexpected twist. The next morning, Holmes returned with the king to retrieve the photograph. But Irene Adler had already fled. She had seen through Holmes's disguise the night before. Disguised as a young man, she had followed Holmes and confirmed her suspicions. In place of the photograph, she left a letter. In it, she explained that she had recognized Holmes. She admitted admiration for his intelligence. However, she assured them she had no intention of harming the king. The photograph would remain in her possession only for her own protection. She had departed England with her husband. The king was deeply relieved. Irene had chosen dignity over revenge. The woman. Holmes was not disappointed. On the contrary, he expressed admiration. To Holmes, Irene Adler became forever known as the woman. Not because he loved her, Holmes was not a man of romance, but because she had matched him with wit and intelligence. The king offered Holmes a valuable emerald ring as payment. He declined it. Instead, he requested only one thing: the photograph Irene had left behind. And thus ended the singular case of A Scandal in Bohemia, the only time Sherlock Holmes was outwitted by a woman.